Hello and welcome to the FSF PopCast Live Edition. Hello and welcome to the FSF PopCast Live Edition, the show that continuously gives Pinky and the Brain new reasons each and every week to try to take over the world.
And before we get into tonight's show, let's say thanks to our show partners, Level Up Sabers.
Let's roll that beautiful nerd footage.
Okay.
All right, my wonderful viewers, followers, listeners, new arrivals, whatever you are. The link is in the comment section and the show notes. Click the link, buy a lightsaber, fulfill your Jedi or Sith dreams. Use it to scare home intruders.
It's better than a stick.
Oh, can you imagine, like, the home intruder, like, walks in, and then, like, that Darth Vader scene, like, smoke pours into the hallway, and...
I need to get smoke machines in my hallway. Just in case we ever have a home intruder. John, in his pajamas, with a lightsaber.
That's not scary at all.
They don't just fall to the floor, they'll be like...
And then also, guys, I want to remind you that if you haven't had a chance to yet, there's the link to our Discord that's also down in the show notes down below. And check out our Discord. We're having a lot of fun on there. Nick's been streaming some video games on there lately. We've got a lot of nerd theories going on in Discord and some really cool stuff coming up on the Discord already.
Come learn with us.
Come learn with us. Hello, Mary. Hello. Glad you could make it and glad you could join us. And hey, so real quick, before we get our peeps out of the, I said peeps, before we get our people out of the back, out of the green room, we have something to go over with you guys real quick. So as many of you know, we've been growing our YouTube channel and we appreciate every single subscription that we've gotten and we value it so very much. But we've also recently started a Patreon page. And so I just want to take a couple minutes and then we'll get into the fun. But just a couple quick minutes to go over what are some of the things that you can get in our Patreon page. We have 5 different levels of subscription from a $1 value to a $40 value. And you'll have access to all of those things. So the biggest thing is that no matter what we're doing, we want you to come share some laughs with us. So that starts at the ground floor. That's our $1 level. And that gives you, it's called a monthly AMA because, well, that's what Patreon calls it. We're going to change it to a monthly hangout. You come on a special live show, a live thing through Patreon, and you get to hang out with us and talk about anything you absolutely want to talk about. You want to ask us about what it was like to talk to a different guest that we had on. You want to ask us what our favorite cereal is, why Nick's hair is all spiky tonight. Whatever it is, you get to ask those questions, and we'll answer them for you. The next level, Pod 1, is a $3 value, and that's where you get early access, both video and audio, to our show each and every week. That comes out on Wednesday, and if you remember, our shows come out on Friday morning, so you have a 2-day head start on the rest of the world. Then there's the $10 Pod 2. That gives you the early access, the monthly hangouts, a yearly sticker pack that we're going to send to you once on your sign-up, and then also on the anniversary. But you also get exclusive content. That means blooper reels. There's a new show that we've started that's only on Patreon, and the only way you get to it is if you're in the $10 Pod 2. And then, of course, after 3 months of subscribing to the Pod 2, we send you an exclusive coffee mug that you can only get through Patreon.
Is that coffee mug with 2 E's or just one?
That's a Koofy mug.
It's a... Oh, no, not the...
That's how exclusive it is, Kathleen. Come on. It's so exclusive that it didn't need the second E. Okay.
It's so fancy, I don't even know what it is.
Spell check. Who needs spell check? I don't need spell check. I'm just a podcaster.
Thank you.
All right.
Public schools
Exactly. Thank you, Nuevo Public Schools. All right, but this is our new show that we've started. We decided that there's so much content out in the Stargate universe, and we wanted to have a show that we could review and talk about for quite a while. Well, Nick's a huge Stargate fan, and so he is dragging us through. We're starting with the 1994 movie release, working our way through SG1.
Dragging.
Eventually,
To be fair, it's only dragging for like this first part. Wait till it gets good.
Screaming.
well, yeah. Well, that happens, but then Stargate Atlantis, and Kathleen's basically just hanging out, waiting for Momoa to show up on screen, hopefully shirtless.
No,
You
Live.
do
I
realize
might
that
take that long.
at the rate that you guys are like watching the show, like
It'll be at 3 years. It'll be fine. She'll
Yeah.
be fine. It'll be all right. And then we have our $25. We're calling this the VIP pod. So you're getting all the perks that we've already talked about, everything you see there on the screen. But then there's a loyalty rewards program that's attached to it. That's my boy that just walked past. That's Nolan. But it's at 3 months you get a poster. At 6 months you get a T-shirt. At 9 months you get a long sleeve shirt. And at 12 months, you get a hoodie. And all of that is an exclusive design that's not available anywhere else. You can't buy this design. It's only through our loyalty reward program. And you get something every 3 months sent to your door as part of your subscription fee. And then here's the big kahuna. It's our $40 RPG live session. Now, there's only 5 slots available for this. So you get all the monthly stuff that we've already talked about, all the weekly stuff, the early access, all that kind of stuff. And you get all the rewards the same as the $25 slot. But here's where it's different. We're going to bring you into 2 different live shows throughout the year. One of them is a live show, kind of like we're doing here tonight, talking nerdy, being silly, all that kind of stuff. And then if you're into tabletop RPGs and you want to play Star Wars RPG with us and you want to do a one-shot with us, this is the one for you, because we'll get you in on a one-shot. We'll play our Star Wars game, and you can see why none of us like the Gungan.
Only because he makes us look bad.
You know what?
To be fair, though, the Gungan has got us out of some jams.
Not only did I smash that spider, I smashed it with a ship.
You smashed the spider and the Wookiee.
I said you got us out of a jam. I think that was sufficient. Anyway,
I made spider jam.
You did make spider jam. So anyway, that's that. But I thought also what would be cool is if you got to see the introduction that John Wass made for us. It's actually really cool. And I'm not just saying that because it's for our show, but here it is. So anyway, it's only like 20 seconds. There is, however, a 3-minute and 35-second preview of that show on our YouTube channel. And if you want to watch the rest, then you have to subscribe to Patreon and you can see the rest of it. All right. I think I've taken up enough time talking about all of that. There's a ton of comments. Holy cow. Let's
Popular.
see. Yeah, somebody needs more coffee when typing things. No, it was less bourbon, more coffee. That was the problem. You guys are weird. That's my daughter. Thank you, daughter. Yes, we are weird.
Kendall.
But you are me, but as a girl, so yeah, you're weird too.
Oh, you're me.
Yeah. Yeah, holding out for Momoa. Yeah, okay. It's better that way. Yeah, okay. Well, hey, all right. I'm just reading comments. At this point, we can go on with the show. I'm just going to sit here and read comments all night.
There's
Otherwise,
something about spider jam on cucumber sandwiches, though, and that sounds super gross.
Yeah.
Have you ever had spider jam?
No.
It's high in protein.
I'm sure it is. Kill it with fire.
It's still made out of spiders.
Cooked spider.
You're right. I did, John, and I'm not sorry.
It's like you and your butterfly PT. No.
All right. What else we got here? We got people waiting for us.
All right. Let's welcome our guest tonight, starting with Jarrell Pyro Johnson from Wakanda Forever, podcast guru and award-winning podcast producer Phil Better. Oh, you just had me roll through that.
I just love it. So Jarrell Pyro is like the award-winning, and it just Phil Better.
I kind of thought that on the different lines, because this one was on this line and that one was on that line, that you'd be like, they're different sentences.
Okay, periods save lives. I mean,
They do.
Punctuation saves lives.
Punctuation. Can we go with punctuation instead?
Wow. When did I have time to become an award-winning podcast?
A producer too. You're a producer too. Don't forget that.
Exactly.
You're a producer.
All right, so guys, welcome to the show. Jarrell Pyro Johnson is an actor, and he was in Wakanda Forever, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. He's got some really cool stuff coming up. We're going to talk to him about that in just a quick second here. But then we also have my podcast mogul, our podcast mogul, the man, the award-winning producer himself, Phil Better. So guys, thank you for coming and joining in on the show and talking nerdy with us tonight.
I'm excited to be with an actor that was in Wakanda Forever. Like that is just, my mind is just going. Pfft.
You know, it's so cool. I went and saw it in the theaters, and I'm like, I found it.
That's my dude right there. I know that guy.
He knows my name.
Kathleen would be the one in the movie there, like a sniper.
Oh, like my husband and I went and saw it, and I'm like, wait, no, there he is.
I'd be sitting there with like a red laser pointer. Yeah, that guy. That's the one I know. Can we
I've
second?
gotten to the point now where I'm watching it on Disney Plus and like pausing it yet. But give me time.
It like goes right there. I do it too all the time now.
Well, I'm gonna do it now. Like the minute I'm done this, I'm gonna jump on the couch, gonna put it on Disney Plus, and I'm just gonna watch and be like, okay, frame by frame.
Yes.
There's my dude.
I know him. I talked with him.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's fun because I talked to these guys before it even happened, and now I'm talking to these guys after it happened, which is like all back in the circle.
Now what can you tell us?
Confirm that you were in it when we talked the first time.
The great part was when we talked to him the first time, we had to like dance around it because even though it was out on IMDb, he was still under NDA and couldn't talk about it. And so we're like, you're not saying anything, but IMDb is saying that you're part of this really cool movie. I blink twice if it's true.
Oh, I'm gonna go back and listen to that episode for sure because I bet it's a blast.
Oh, that was a horrible episode for me because I'm like, damn it, I want to say so much.
Oh,
well, now here's your time. I'm gonna shut up. Take your time. It's yours. Tell us everything. I'm listening.
Story time.
Oh, I can talk now? No.
Unless there's an NDA that we don't know about. Yeah, you can talk.
It's like trauma. It's like childhood trauma. You know, once you get that NDA from Disney, it's like,
still watching me.
Once you have the drones circling your house, you never go back.
I will say, though, I don't think I have ever cried that hard during a Marvel movie. I cried more with Wakanda Forever than I did with Endgame.
Really?
I get that.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's fair.
There was they Coogler did a really good job of putting heart and emotion and feelings into that show. I mean, that was just that was a
man. Out of everyone I've ever met, director wise, that man is a beast. And I'm not just saying that. That man is, I say Elon Musk level genius when it comes to directorship. Like the man is crazy.
All right,
easy, crazy.
High praise.
And Rihanna's song for it. Every time I hear it, makes me cry.
It was perfect.
I don't listen to it no more. I'm not. Like
it was so funny. I was randomly in a McDonald's and it was playing, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna cry in a McDonald's.
Crying over a Big Mac. I can see.
Ugly cry on top of snot bubbles and shit.
He was dead.
This is the best burger ever.
I think that was really what got me. I think that was what got me more than anything else.
Any aspiring actor, if you ever want to act, just have that song like on an iPad, on an AirPod, and listen to it real fast, and you'll cry on every scene. Easy.
The secret.
I will say, though, I think it hit me so much harder because of how well they portrayed the grief. I mean, Endgame was hard, but I've lost my dad since then. And so then seeing grief portrayed on screen like that, I'm like, oh, nope, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah,
that's probably true.
John's a bit of a jerk, but it's okay. It's forgiven because they were.
He also cried during Wakanda Forever, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Just putting everyone
that's how you know
on
it's good. If you get the men to cry, you did your job.
It was a good movie.
All right, so let's change the topic just real briefly before we get into our actual topic for tonight. All right.
I don't want to get into a real topic. That sounds lame.
Yeah. No. Well, it's kind of a real topic. It's just us talking nerdy. But all right, so Pyro, I want you to tell everybody about your sweatshirt and what's going on with that.
Oh snap! I didn't even realize that. Yeah. Wow. So I was adopted. I said adopted to do a Marvel fan film locally in Tim's favorite place in Ohio. Um,
That state to the south. I don't even mention it by name.
And the team is called Buckeye Studios, and they were like, "Hey, you look like the perfect Luke Cage." They said because Michael did an awesome job, but I mean, if we look at comic books, I look more like him. They said, so they said we would love to, and you're big and stocky, so we would love to have you star in our Marvel fan film. So that's why I wear Luke Cage all the time, because I am portraying him in a short film that's coming out this year, probably in 3 months.
Which I can't wait to see, and of course we'll have you back on when that comes out, because I'm a massive Luke Cage fan. I loved him in the comics. I loved the Luke Cage series. I even liked him in Defenders, even though they did their best with that pitiful Danny Rand trying to pull him down. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm really excited about that, and you've got another short film coming out too. Talk about that as well, because that one's getting some heat, man. That one's getting some heat.
Okay. So, Sweet Christmas, how much sheet is getting. I had to do that. I did that for you, Tim. I had to do it one time. So it's called Dinner with the God of War. This is my baby. It is based off of God of War, the video game. And the whole point behind it is I wanted to give local filmmakers and music makers and up and coming artists and actors a way to shine. I was in a big screen, and I'm still on a big screen technically on Disney Plus. So I just wanted to find a way to have local people be a part of this and have something big for the show. So I decided to make a fan film for the children, but also to incorporate new and up and coming talent. Dinner with the God of War. I am the main star, but I'm executive producing it, and it has been so much fun. We just shot a trailer Saturday. I'm so excited to show it. It's going to be epic. And it's on Google now, and we got articles, and it's just, as Tim said, it's just getting more massive. When I planned this, I was not planning for it to go like it's doing, but it's just doing numbers.
Yeah, it's getting some attention.
I love that. That's friggin' awesome, man. I can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna. Oh man, it's exciting.
Yeah. It's nuts. I got painted gray and everything. It's been nuts.
So there's one trailer out right now for God of War, correct?
Yeah, it's like it was a Super Bowl thing, and it's really like a hype trailer. It's gotten 1,000 views within 6,000 views in the first 2 days that it came out. How hype it's getting. So I know the actual live action trailer we're doing, and I mean this team is just massive. That I'm working with some really good people. I wish I had enough time to name them all, but if you ever challenge me after this is over, I guarantee you I can name every single person off top of my head. That's how great they are and special they are to me. And I'm in love with all of them.
So one of the things I want to say about that, and one of the things that, because Jarrell and I are also Facebook friends, and I follow him and see what he's doing, because I like to keep up with him and what he's doing. Because
stalker.
It's fan. It's called a fan. He's a fan.
It
research.
It's
podcast research.
Stalking is when he's outside his home.
Right on.
Hey, it's because at this point I'm still not allowed to enter Ohio, and until I cross the Ohio border, then it's stalking. Right now, it's just no.
It's light stalking at this point.
It's light stalking. It's a semi-professional stalking. So no, but one of the things I loved about the way that you've approached this with your casting and everything, you had all these amazing casting announcements coming out, talking about God of War, talking about who was coming on, what they were doing on the show, why people should be checking them out. And I love the fact that it wasn't about, hey, this guy's going to be on my movie, my thing, you were hyping them up. And I thought that was so awesome that you were sharing the spotlight and really pointing it on them. So I brought that up for two reasons. Number one, I thought that was the first time I've ever seen anything like that. And number two, I just wanted to say kudos and good on you for doing that, because I think that's awesome that you share the spotlight that you've been allowed to have, and now you're making sure that it gets cast out on other people. And I think that is really, really very cool.
And that's
a rising tide lifts all ships.
Yes, I totally agree. And honestly, there are people that are better than you, and they're all better than you, like literally. Every single one of them are better than me. So that's why this would be great.
I might put that on a T-shirt, Jason. I'm not even kidding. I'm a fan stalker.
I feel like Pyro though is like the ultimate hype man, and I love that.
Absolutely.
Everybody needs a hype man.
Everybody needs a hype man.
I mean, I'm down for it. I'll take a hype man. You know, I'm just saying.
Tim, I got you, man. Let's go. Whatever you need.
Yay! All right. And hey, since we're talking about sharing the spotlight, let's put a little bit over here on Phil. Phil, we got to talk about you a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Please.
There's not many.
No, I'm a
people I know
Canadian.
that
I'm humble. I can't do this. I'm Canadian. We're not known to be in the spotlight.
Here's the thing. You just say sorry the whole time that I'm talking about you, and we'll be fine.
Ryan Reynolds, the cast of the X-Men series.
All humble Canadians. All humble. Ryan Reynolds puts up more people than himself. He never talks about himself. He always talks about other people. So let's talk about him when he's doing all the amazing work.
I want to talk about your podcast that you just won an award for producing. So you can talk about that show, pump them up. How about that?
So
that
I was
award for.
So the award was the Snob
winner.
Yes, I'm a multi award winning podcast mogul, producer. The award was the Snobby, the 3rd annual Snobby. So shout out to Mick Manhattan, Casey, and all the Scene Snobs crew because they are amazing for putting this on for us independent podcasters. We need more of it. So my client Lloyd Ross of the Money Grows on Trees podcast, which I credit with me starting my entrepreneurial journey and making a living doing podcasting 2 years ago. He won for best business and marketing podcast. The same category I won back in 2021 for the 2022 season. I guess I don't know how the award ceremonies. You guys know how it works. So yeah, he won for best business and marketing as well. He was nominated for best education. He didn't win that one, but he did beat me. So both my podcasts that were in the business marketing, and I got my ass whooped by my own client. So it's kind of a bittersweet win, but I'm very happy for him.
It also means you did your job.
Yes, right. It shows that I know what I'm doing.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, so sure, yeah, you lost to your client, but you still won because your client is getting elevated and.
Yeah, he's
not one of those moments of those who can't do teach.
Yeah.
You taught him too well.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. The more he makes, the better it looks for me. So,
absolutely.
Those who can't teach podcast.
Really, man? You gotta call me out that hard?
I mean, I've always heard it was those who can't do teach and those who can't teach gym, but
it's fair. Gym is pretty easy.
I know a couple gym teachers that applies really all too well to.
Yep.
Sure, we all do.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Feels like yep.
Even up here in Canada.
So we invited Phil and Pyro to come on tonight, talk nerdy with us, have some fun. We have a game that we've played in the past that it's not really even a game, it's just something to do that we call character drop. And what this is we take a character out of this universe and put him over here in this universe where he absolutely or she does not belong. And we talk about the what's that?
Sounds like Jeff Gunn. I like it.
Yeah. So we're gonna take tonight. We're taking superheroes and moving them into TV dramas, whether it's an action drama, a comedy drama, a drama. What I don't know what they call those, but anyway, TV shows. Anyway, so we're sure a musical drama. Why not? I know you've got one for each of those. But anyway. I have met you, and that's why I said you have one for each of those. So anyway, you wouldn't have brought it up if you didn't have it. So,
sure.
And that could be one of the variations right there. That's a perfect example, Jason.
Oh God.
And yes, that would be hysterical. All right, so Jason gave a good example of how to get this done. I'll start off, and and then we'll go Phil, and then we're gonna kind of go zigzag on the screen for how we go through this.
Are we all the same on the screen?
I would believe so. On my screen, I've got the three of us on top, and then the Phil and Pyro down below.
Okay.
That's what I have.
So the order will go me, then Phil, then Kathleen, then Pyro, then Stash. All right,
Stash man.
the Stash Man. All right. So I decided that it would be a lot of fun to take Thor and put him in the Law and Order TV show.
This trial was good. I want another.
So, but not just any version of the Law and Order TV show. It has to be the Jerry Orbach version, because Jerry Orbach, if you remember him, had just a sarcastic comment for anything. There's a John Mulaney joke about this, actually. Mulaney talks about how Orbach would be at a school where somebody was beheaded. You know, they're investigating. There's to be a beheading right next to the school. And he's like, well, that guy's never going to get to be head of the class, and then walk away. And I want that level of sarcasm with Thor's just, you know, he's just inept on some things. He's just totally oblivious to what's actually going on and comments that are said. And the two of those are going to make the funniest buddy cop TV show between the two of them. So,
Tim, can I ask which Thor? Is that possible?
Which Thor?
Which version of Thor? Because now we have variants now, you know, and this is from a Marvel character now, I guess I have to say.
No.
We have a specialist on the show, so we need to get clarification, apparently.
As a Luke Cage variant.
He is. He's a Luke Cage. We have a Luke Cage variant on the show.
I was
the
actually
TVA
thinking
maybe here.
like the Ragnarok era version, before he really discovers a lot of his traumas and is going through them. At the beginning of Ragnarok, he's still kind of aloof on a lot of things, and he hasn't really dealt with a lot of his traumas at that point. So, and every time they go to arrest somebody, like Thor gets confused. He starts citing Asgardian law versus New York City law, or and there's got to be puns. There's got to be like let's go drop the hammer on these punks, and then there's a sad Thor. Oh, hammer, you know. Because he misses Hammer so much. And
just let them battle it out.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
So, and then I have one more last piece to this, and this was inspired by How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
So there's a section in there where Marshall's trying to find the best burger in New York City. And Regis Philbin is joining him, and he's going around from town. And he gets so worked up and upset because this isn't the one. And so because Thor is also bored and lonely, the subplot is he goes from greasy diner to greasy diner because they have a sign saying that it's New York's best burger. And when the burger isn't good, he goes Regis Philbin and just like destroys the place because he's bored without Jane. And
Oh my goodness.
I love this.
I love that you put Regis Philbin in this.
Completely left field. I love it.
So the whole time I was sitting here this afternoon, I was like, I wrote down a little bit, and I was like, he needs to, and I come back and I read a little more. Anyway.
Oh, I didn't put so much thought into mine.
Right, I didn't either. Jesus Christ.
No, don't use that as an example. I just the more
He's
I thought
master
about
of this game.
The more I thought about it, the more I went, that'd be kind of fun.
Iron Man on The Office would be hilarious.
Right?
So
okay, but I see him as like Tony Stark as a replacement for Robert California. Played by James Spader. Take James Spader out, because James Spader, is also in the MCU. And then put him in.
Yeah, The Office is kind of like a dramedy. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yay, 10 points for me.
Yeah. Jeez, now I'm gonna go on I'm sorry, this is a relatively subpar, but it's Batman in How to Get Away with Murder.
Ooh.
Okay.
You have the genius of Annalise Keaton, who knows the law inside and out and has done multiple murders. If you haven't seen the show, spoiler. But also is so good at covering up. You have Batman trying to figure it out. So Bruce Wayne comes to town. He's an alumni of the university, and El Jefe's in the house. What up, El Jefe? He comes to town because he's an alumni giving a speech, and there's a murder. And so you have Batman coming in trying to solve it because he's the greatest detective. I'm not sure which version of Batman I want to go with. I'm feeling maybe either Clooney because he's got that he's already TV ready, he's got that dashing good looks.
What if you went Batman Beyond direction?
I was thinking that before while Tim was talking. I was like, we could go Terry McGinnis style and have a younger version, and Bruce Wayne. We have an older Bruce Wayne as well. So you have that dynamic. So you have the kid going through the class and Bruce Wayne coming in being the philanthropist. So that's not a bad idea either.
And there's less nipples on the suit that way.
That's very true. But it is 2023, so maybe nipples are coming back. I don't know. But yeah. That's what I was going with that because I thought like bringing in like the world's greatest detective, dealing with this weird, because no one seems to be able to catch the kids or the teacher. So I thought it was going to be like, could be interesting to have like the world's greatest detective versus the world's greatest lawyer.
What show was
I
that?
like it. I like the concept.
Where they cut the holes in the nipples. No, they cut the holes in the shirts for the nipples because it itched his nipples or something.
I think you just killed a man.
I think so too.
There's two answers to this, and I don't know if either one of them is right.
The fact that Tim knows
the Jack Black thing.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Drax complains about not wanting to wear the vest because it irritated his nipples. So we're talking so much about nipples right now.
Okay, everybody has them.
At least two. And then
You'd like to think that you would.
There are those with odd numbers. I do know that. Yes.
Ones who've had part of their.
And then there's I think it's The Clockwork Orange. I think that's the movie you might be referencing.
And in The Office,
and that is a super weird movie that I just don't get. But yeah.
In The Office, they have Andy does Band-Aids over, or no, Dwight does Band-Aids over his nipples.
No, it was Andy because he was running in the shirt and the shirt was rubbing up and
then I
chafing
think it might be Scrubs.
He sat there with Vaseline on his fingers. Just
the best nipple scene is Waterboy, so I don't know.
Farmer friend.
Okay, the reason why I brought all this up was because
Drugs on Law and Order. Oh my god.
Yes, I love that.
Because
I can totally get behind that, Josh. That is Joshua. That is kudos to you, my man.
Maybe George Clooney just needed some breathing apparatus, right there. It was actually like a filter. I
figured it was just a Rachel on Friends sort of moment for him.
John, I'm glad I was not drinking. That would have been problematic.
Oh God.
All right, so back to Phil's stuff.
Batman.
Batman, yeah. Do we really want to go back to the bat nipples? But yes, a whole season of Annalise Keating and the kids versus Batman. So yes, I love what the stash said. Terry McGinnis and an old Bruce Wayne. I think that would be phenomenal as a season.
I think that'd be great. Oh no!
Oh, not Doc
Martin. Poor Doc Martin. That's a 10-second scene for Doc Martin. Oh. Unless it's Professor Hulk, then he's got a chance. So. All right, Kathleen, what do you got?
Okay, so on the top of my list was putting Deadpool on Grey's Anatomy.
Oh shit! Yes, I love that one.
In so many different ways, would it be the worst thing ever and yet phenomenal? But it would have to be early Greys, so we'd still need to have McDreamy, and because the show went downhill after Patrick Dempsey left anyway. But either have Wade Wilson as an intern or have it so that the hospital just constantly uses him for organ transplants because they grow back.
Wow, that's dark. It's dark.
They do enough other things on that show that they should be getting sued for anyway, so why not use him as an organ?
It works.
It's going to feel huge in this hand.
Okay. Deadpool was the most realistic thing about the show.
Oh, wow.
That's
the fact that they're organ harvesting Deadpool is So does he like he comes into work and the next thing you know he wakes up in a bathtub of ice? Is that how this works?
Took my kidney. Yes. Charlie the Unicorn. They took him to Candy Mountain.
Oh.
Oh, sweet Lord. Not expecting this today. Not expecting that at all.
None of us were. That's the joy of it.
I'm terrified, but also so intrigued to go down this list. If this was the starting point, how dark do we get?
Well, I kept just throwing Deadpool into random shows and making myself laugh.
He's not wrong.
But can
he's
you,
not wrong.
Could you imagine though, like Deadpool in Heroes?
I would like that.
Where suddenly they all have this genetic mutation and they're all superheroes. And
he has to fight Skylar for it. Oh.
And here's Deadpool, who has been genetically altered, being mad at all of these people for their genetic mutations.
Skylar would be so pissed at Deadpool, like
because he couldn't kill him.
Yeah, it's like
sing.
As Deadpool laughing at him, right?
And he's just talking shit. Like, what are you doing, dude? Come.
Yeah. Yep.
Head just walking around. Really mad? Can we stop this?
That would be
his tongue out to try to get him to shut up. It just grows back. Like,
I really kind of want to watch that now.
Yeah, no, it does get dark fast, but it was also hilarious.
Oh my god, drive him insane. He'd be like the script.
The only way you could kill him is to drown him. So that's the only thing because that's the only way you can kill Wolverine. And since they're both Weapon X projects, I would have to assume that applies to Deadpool as well.
So there was only one other show that I really thought Deadpool would be hilarious in, and that was Parks and Rec.
Oh god, him and Andy hanging out.
Mm-hmm. As he's like, you look familiar. You look like this guy I know. But can you imagine Deadpool and Jerry?
Oh no, Jerry would be dead.
But at the same time, Deadpool would
episode
also
one.
But Deadpool would admire him because of his wife. Like, he would be so confused.
I want to give attention to this one on the screen because that is fantastic. Quantum leap with Deadpool and having him go assume different people's lives. Oh my god!
Suddenly, Deadpool.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were not able to die.
Deadpool suddenly shows up as Danny Tanner.
Oh, nice! Yes. Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
That's good.
And there goes the laughter in the living room. Like waiting for the flag to catch up.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I anywhere you put Deadpool and things get very weird very fast.
Yes.
No, I dig it.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, Pyro, what you got?
It's interesting you said that because literally Deadpool was on my mind. So I'm glad I changed it. But I changed mine at the last minute to a person that I think would be Deadpool if Deadpool wasn't Deadpool. And I chose Ghost Rider in Criminal Minds.
Oh.
Now,
Oh.
now, I like this idea because I could see him totally being on the side of the law because he's lawfully neutral. However, I feel like eventually he'll get annoyed with everyone and just kill everyone. Do a penance stare on them all. Like this show is
they're getting a chain. Yeah, they're getting a fire chain.
all of them. Like okay, so like even the last season that just came out when they were trying to find the guy, it lasted 12 episodes. I could see Ghost Rider being like, "All right, what happened to the one show series situation?" And he's just so irritated. And he just, all you guys have sins. I'm gonna destroy you all. Just end it. I don't know.
Goes from somebody they chase down for a whole series to this is an episodic adventure, and I'm killing this dude by the end of the show.
Right. And I don't know if I want him to do it or if I want to do it because I got so tired of waiting every Wednesday. And then around Christmas time, they had you wait 3 weeks. 3 weeks to get back to this episode.
Pyro's just like, I'm pissed at this show. I'm gonna fix this.
Yes, this is Ghost Rider in it. Just end it. It gives everybody a chance. After that, it's just he turns into that big skull and just burns everybody's eyes out. And I don't want Danny. I want Johnny Blaze. I want some evil Ghost Rider. I don't want that new guy, Robbie Reyes. No. I need some hardcore Nick Cage Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze. It has to be Nick Cage, too. At that.
Well, yeah, because it's Nick Cage.
Only makes sense if it's Cage.
Yeah, of course.
Cage needs a shot of redemption with that character anyway, so.
I agree. Especially on Criminal Minds.
Yeah. I can just see him
That is beautiful.
We're gonna put Pyro in as a director, and he's like, all right, by the end of the episode, you're all dead. We're moving on with this guy.
This show
guy.
The show is now just Criminal Minds, Ghost Rider edition. It's just Ghost Rider just jumping to town, killing people.
Right. Go to the next writer. What's your plans for next episode? I guess you're dying. Next.
What does that then become Dexter?
I mean, it's entirely
in all reality, yes. But
the only thing is Dexter is creative in his killing. Ghost Rider just says he has no. He just
he has no finesse.
Yeah.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Pretty much, yes. Pretty much, yes.
Dexter's very
that's a good one. I like that one.
With his.
All right, cool. All right, Nick, inspire us with your bladesome words.
All right, I was totally thinking you should take Superman, but make him a teenager, and have him go to a high school type of drama.
So Smallville.
Stop it! That is what that is.
It was already done.
Superman in Degrassi.
All right.
Isn't that what Drake was?
Okay, that was more of a joke.
Did I just do that?
Oh, good. Okay.
I was thinking...
And Degrassi is a Canadian classic, so I'm happy with that.
Oh, there we go.
That's why I mentioned it.
I was thinking Elektra in the 12 Monkeys.
Okay.
The TV series.
Not familiar enough with the 12 Monkeys yet to know that.
Oh, okay.
I only know 11 monkeys, sorry.
I only know 11. I didn't make it to 12 yet.
I'm frequently distracted by my single monkey. And
look, I only know the 9 that are jumping off the bed, okay? So I got to work my way up to the 12 yet, Nick. I'm not quite there.
Oh, my God.
Basically, kind of have her replace the main character. The main character's jumping through time.
The main monkey?
Main monkey? I was just thinking
Right.
I love when Pyro and I are on the same page. This is great.
So the premise of the show is they're jumping through time to stop a plague that had started. And they can't quite get... They started to say it started with a C, but, And so he keeps jumping through time, trying to solve and fix the issue, and things happen.
Is that Todd Stashwick's character you're replacing?
No, it's not.
Okay, just making
sure. Did the plague hit the bananas?
They're no longer called bananas, according to a sign I saw on the internet. They are.
I
now
am yet
called
to see a banana in the show.
Oh, monkeys.
Actually, what? No, I think there was a banana in the show. I think we're good.
There's monkeys. Why are there not bananas?
Is it based upon the 12 Monkeys movie? Is it the same situation?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah,
loosely based.
Off of the same
it's loosely based
book, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Drax is already on the break.
It's called Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right, basically.
But I like the idea of. I like the idea.
It's a pretty good idea.
I do like it because yeah.
So, who would you guys throw into Umbrella Academy?
Oh,
because they're already superheroes.
Because they're already superheroes, but
Are we doing another superhero, or are we doing a regular person from a TV show, like a normie?
Let's just go and let's go with a normie. Let's throw a normie into that.
Kramer from Seinfeld.
Oh my God,
that would be great.
Kramer would die.
Kramer would die.
He just bust in one day and just be.
Yeah. use your shirt. Let me use your jacket. What the
Jerry, where are you, Jerry?
It's called
funny.
a bro.
No, it has to be Newman from Seinfeld in Umbrella Academy.
Oh, Tim, YouTube comment. That one might break it.
Sweet Jesus. No.
Moon crashes
But
into
I'll do
your...
that.
So look, that wouldn't work either because technically he has a superpower. He can change it to someone else technically.
Well, that's
So
science.
fun.
He would probably fit in.
Yes, Stefan Urkel.
Yeah, or Kale. Right.
That's right.
So he might fit in.
Yeah, he
Might
would
fit in
fit
there.
in.
Sure. That would be funny.
I would take
Maybe
Dwight
Garrett
from
Coleman?
The Office.
And put him in Umbrella Academy?
I will put Dwight from The Office in the Umbrella Academy.
I like that.
So he can tell them everything that they're doing wrong and just wait for the dude with the knives to like cut him
False.
up into like.
This is a
12
time
pieces.
paradox.
False. Michael from The Office in the Umbrella Academy.
Oh my god.
Parkour.
Oh my God.
Michael would die.
Hey, parkour is my favorite episode. That's one.
Oh, I know. I love that episode.
Oh, that
Like,
kills me.
Or no,
Oh.
no.
Have you?
Put Barney from How I Met Your Mother in Umbrella Academy.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, that's it right there.
Game's
oh
over.
my gosh.
That would be funny.
Let me just close my
Oh.
computer here. Like,
Right?
done. I can't beat that.
That's
Jeez.
fantastic. I love it. I love it.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would
It
be
so
fun.
good.
Although speaking
all
of
right.
The Office, I saw a Lego set of The Office at Walmart the other day, and it was like like 7 different Lego sets. It also had one of the conference rooms, one of the like I can't remember which one of the meetings it was. They had Kevin and his chili as a Lego person, and I'm like,
So that's
even as
$7,000
Legos,
for that.
it was 140. It wasn't
Cheaper
bad.
than I expected.
Yeah, it was way cheaper than I expected.
Just because
That
it's
is
Legos,
amazing.
I was expecting that to be a couple $100 at least.
But Kevin with even the Lego chili made me sad. I'm like, the poor chili. Did you see the Rivendell Lego set that's like $500?
Whoa.
No.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful and also stinking expensive.
Oh, you
Yeah,
found
that
it.
one.
Wow, look
Yep.
at that.
Like it's the whole
That's
office.
I wouldn't even want
That's
to
pretty
open
impressive. No, I'd be
I would
afraid
keep
that
it
I'd
in the
damage it.
it. Right.
Yeah,
I'd
but
buy
it's got 15 characters, and I think if you look at the pictures, I think it shows the picture of Kevin spilling the chili.
Hold on, let's see if we can go down through here. Can you guys see that okay?
Wow, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Holy.
Like it's on the side of the box at least, but
I think there's more
Oh, look
pictures.
at that. Stanley with
I was
the
pretzel.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's
Aren't they
fantastic.
so cool?
That is so cool.
Scranton String. Oh my god, the stapler and the Jello
Stapler.
mold.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Look at this face.
Yes, and the facts from Future Dwight.
Yeah, do not drink the coffee. Future Dwight.
I love how they had that random person holding it too. Like, this is great.
Well,
my
I
God.
saw
That's
it, and I'm like,
fantastic.
I want it.
Her face says it all.
Super cool. Alf in the Umbrella Academy.
I mean, they got Pongo. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Or that's not Pongo, is it? Is it Pongo?
I think
Was it
it's
Pogo?
Pongo. Yeah.
Is
Oh.
it Pongo or Pogo? No,
I thought it
Pongo's
was
from
Pongo.
101 Dalmatians. Totally not the same thing.
You're right.
So, yeah, I think it's Pogo. You're muted there, Nick.
I said Pongo in Umbrella Academy would just become a
Pongo.
coat.
Is it Pongo?
No, it's Pogo.
Oh,
Pongo
okay.
from 101 Dalmatians would just become a coat.
Well, true.
Oh shit!
I got it.
And we've unearthed some buried childhood trauma. Thanks. Cruella de
I was
Vil.
done dealing with trauma this week. Thanks.
No, you weren't. No, you came on the show.
I always wanted to know, like, what happens if, like, they had like a Disney movie crossover, like Cruella just crossed over into like Little Mermaid or something, just randomly. Like, what the hell?
It's
I
coming.
was
It's
just
coming.
wondering
It's
what
gonna
All
come
Kingdom
soon.
Hearts.
Right.
Her and Ursula
Right,
like
Kingdom
joining
Hearts, yes.
forces for.
You're right. You're right. That's it.
I would love for them to do a full like Disney movie villains versus the heroes crossover because you can do it animated. It costs you nothing because like
The
they
only
have.
problem with that is the problem with casting. You know, we'll have all kind of people that don't look like the people, and then we'll be like, you know, which version?
That's why you do animated and you use voices instead, so everything's clear,
like
everything's safe, and then like 30 years in the future, you can do with like you can do deep fakes or some AI related things too. You know, so
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
that would be.
I mean,
Yeah.
why do we have to go to Disneyland to see that? Why can't it be on TV or movies? I agree.
It's coming.
It
It's
could
it's a matter of time. Disney's going to start milking. But fun fact, I believe it's this year. Steamboat Willie becomes public domain.
I heard.
Yes.
Yeah. So you are allowed to use Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse in anything you want.
Horror film. You
We
already
see
know.
how well that's worked out for Pooh Bear.
Yep, exactly.
Really?
Blood and
Anyway,
vein.
okay.
Although, speaking of Disney, random stupid thing I learned because of TikTok. Did you know that the Disney cruises, the cruise line, when they leave, that the cruise horn plays When You Wish Upon a Star?
Wow,
No, did not know that.
They're not.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really want to go
And
on that cruise though.
congratulations,
I
y'all
do
learned
too.
something today. There you go.
I
know
really want to go
somebody.
on a Disney cruise, but it's like $5,000 for me and my husband and my kid to go for 4 days or something.
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully
that's not
enough people subscribe to the Patreon that
Right?
you guys can pay. You can go.
Make it so I don't have to get a real job.
Tim was like, "Well, I need to go too, so I need 10,000."
The way Tim's doing this, he has a perfect way. It's just going to grow and grow. Like Tim talking about it in the beginning of the show is one of the best things he can do. Maybe not go into a long explanation, but later on, there you go. Patreon.com/FSF PopCast. That's where you should be going. If you're watching right now, go to that link. It's in the show notes. If you're listening, go to the link. It's in the show notes. Go subscribe. Any level, support this amazing podcast because then they can get big celebrities like this guy right over here on the podcast, who's been in a Marvel movie, ladies and gentlemen. Marvel movie. Let's just say.
Absolutely. All right, hey guys, we're winding down on our time here, so let's Phil, remind people where they can find you and they can find out more about you, what you do, and your award-winning podcast producing abilities.
If you're interested in following me, I always suggest you follow me on Instagram. It's at Podcaster Phil Better. Maybe change to Podcast Mogul, but Podcaster Phil Better for the moment now. Search Phil Better on all social media, PhilBetter. You'll find me. If you have questions about podcasting, my DMs are always open. Send me a message. I will help you. I want to get as many people living the freedom that podcasting has gifted to me. So if you're interested in starting a podcast, growing a podcast, hit me up. I will point you in the right direction, or I will provide you with the info that I can.
Phil is the man. I strongly recommend you dealing with him. He's a really good dude.
You got a soundtrack now too. Look at that.
I do have a video. I have
Too close.
one friend who did. Oh, I can't remember the song, but she remixed it with my name. Because so I will send it to Tim, and Tim will pass it on to you, Pyro, so that you can hear it. It is amazing. It's a
Yes,
great
please.
song.
Yes, please. All right, and Pyro, remind people about your awesomeness because not only are you an actor, but you're also a rapper. You've got some music out there that people need to know about. So tell everybody what's up, where to find you.
Well, I'm gonna seem very basic. You can literally just Google me, Jarrell Pyro Johnson, because now it's just so many different things that I don't even. I'll take the whole podcast to tell you where you can find me. So you can just Google Jarrell Pyro Johnson, like it's spelled here. If you can see, if you can't, then you can. I'll put it in Braille for you later. And you can find me. Hey man, I like Daredevil. Damn it,
Shots fired.
You like Daredevil? So,
Man, why did we put Daredevil in like Law and Order?
Whew.
I was thinking that, you know what, that was
That's
going
not
to be
bad.
mine, but I'm like, that's just too easy.
Mm.
And he can sense before lying. He has that ability. People don't know that. He can tell.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Back to letting you promo yourself.
Okay, but if you don't want to type all that, just Pyro 2 Sick, Pyro, the number 2 SICK.
There you go.
Alrighty.
But yeah, give both of these gentlemen a follow. They deserve it. They're doing some great stuff out there. We love having them both on the show, and thank you guys for coming on here tonight.
You're very welcome. Me and Pyro trying to point, this way, that way.
Yeah, it's like you guys were like saying which way to go. That way.
That way.
He went that way.
I feel like Pongo.
All right, Nick, tell them about our.
I didn't bring it home, man.
Nick, tell them about our guest from last week.
Oh, hey, I have a line, don't I?
You have a few of them, and there is actually punctuation in these ones.
So
I use the commas
Friday,
and the periods. You can't complain this time.
Oh,
So
you
last
can't.
Friday, our guest was Kent Osborne. No relation whatsoever to Harry Osborne.
Or Ozzy, we checked.
Yeah. Kent is a screenwriter, actor, animator, producer, and a director who has worked on shows like SpongeBob SquarePants, Camp Lazlo, Phineas and Ferb, Adventure Time, Monsters vs. Aliens, and many more. So we had him here to talk about a new show that recently came to Disney Channel and Disney Plus. We talk about the animated series KIFF, K-I-F-F, and the story behind it, how he got into the entertainment field, and about working on some of the shows listed above.
And that episode is still up on our YouTube channel and our favorite audio podcast providers. And remember that your subscription to our YouTube channel is a major help. So, read the banner, do what the banner says. Click
Please.
like and subscribe,
Please.
smash the bell, do the things.
And Kent, actually, on our Patreon channel, Kent shares a really cool story about how he found out raccoons were breaking into his apartment. It's fantastic.
Oh, God, that must have been hilarious.
It's
It
good
is.
times. It is. It's good
I have
times.
never had a raccoon inside.
He
They're
has.
scary. They are
yeah.
scary.
They are
And
scary.
fearless. They are fearless, man.
They're adorable.
That is also something that Kent mentions on our Patreon channel. So, anyway, this upcoming Friday, we'll be airing our interview with Todd Stashwick, who you may best know as Captain Liam Shaw from Star Trek Picard. Now, if you're a Patreon sub, you could get access to that interview on Wednesday and not have to wait till Friday like everybody else. But if you want to wait till Friday, you're absolutely welcome to do so. But either on Wednesday or on Friday, you'll find out why Star Trek was such a big deal to him, why he loves Dungeons and Dragons, and frankly has one of the coolest gaming rooms I have ever seen in my adult life. Like,
He showed it to you?
Yes, he took his camera and he pointed it all around. He activated the fire-breathing dragon on the wall, y'all. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
I cannot wait for this.
and he's got a custom-made gaming table. It is fantastic. And then he also has a website where I'm about to lose a lot of my hard-earned money. It's called thenerdcircus.com. He's got T-shirts. He's got hats. He's got dice for RPGs. He's got
The Dice Goblin is not okay with this?
No. Yeah, you're going to spend some money there too. He's got because he wanted gaming to be fun and being about friends and doing things with friends. It all came up during COVID era. He couldn't do these things with his friends, so they were making drinks over the internet and drinking them and eating all the same things at the same time. He put a libations book together, and yeah, Mr. Stashwick is about to get a lot of Mr. Bicycle's money. So, but yeah, so check
He
that
will no
out.
longer have money for Funkos because he will have
Yeah.
spent it all on the Nerd Circus.
Absolutely. It'll be money well spent. And then also we have answers to questions from our listeners that Todd was gracious enough to answer for us. So anyway, a lot coming up, and we hope that you guys, I think...
You know what I'm doing? You are doing what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah,
I'm doing it.
100. I'm on that site being like, oh, my God, these are so cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. So check out Todd's stuff and check out our Patreon. All the links and everything's down below. Phil, Pyro, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. Love having you guys on. As always, you guys are both amazing. And unless anybody else has anything to add to the conversation.
Look at what you have done tonight.
Ooh,
Well, look at you.
I've been crocheting the whole time I've been sitting here talking to you guys.
she's multi-talented.
ADHD at work right there. That's what that is.
Kathleen, you probably could do a Twitch channel of just you crocheting and people will tune in.
That is terrifying.
It is.
Show your feet at the same time. Bang.
No. That's the OnlyFans. That's the OnlyFans.
Oh, that's the only one.
Yeah,
I
that's the
love that you
OnlyFans.
somehow turned your camera off and all of that too, Tim. And
They
Tim,
don't-
He's like, I'm out.
That was
and
it.
he's back, and he's gone. Is Tim
That was
playing
the
peekaboo?
straw. The Cam was back.
The camera has doesn't want to work anymore. So there's that. Okay.
Virtual peekaboo.
Virtual peekaboo, and we're done. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
On behalf of the rest of the hosts of the FSF PopCast, we want to thank you for listening to this episode. If you'd like to be a guest on a future episode, please contact us by means of Twitter or Instagram using the handle @FSF PopCast, or go to www.fsfpopcast.com and click on the contact link. Thanks again, and hope you enjoyed the episode.